They can't even see the beers.
What is up, you guys? Welcome to another week of Brews and Breakthroughs.
Where we're brewing and breakthroughing.
Hell yeah.
Today we have something new. It's not a Birmingham beer, and it was given to us by one of our good friends, Trip Jones. Shouting you out, man.
Shout out to Trip.
It's called Biscuits Crafty, Lefty, and it's made by Common Bond Brewers out of Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh.
So for those of you who do not know about Montgomery, Alabama, there is a minor league baseball team, and it is the Montgomery Biscuits. And this is a beer that is inspired by them. It is a limited release, and also opening day's on Thursday, man.
Heck yeah.
So
I forgot about that.
today, Thursday is opening day.
Let's
So
go.
baseball season is back, baby.
Here's a good baseball beer for opening day. If you're in the Birmingham or Montgomery, Alabama area, I imagine that this isn't very available outside of the Alabama area, but 5.2%. Okay. It's a lemon wheat ale, so it's gonna have a lemony taste. So
Dude, I love how like on the back, it's kind of like a baseball card. It has like stats, so it says, it has a picture of the player. It says lemon wheat ale. Their number 23 is 2023. You got their height, the can height, which is 4.75 inches.
Funny.
Has the weight, 12 fluid ounces. Gives you their alcohol volume, birthplace, and then IBU, which is 16. Then it has a little, description on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of like like on the back of a baseball card, it gives like a brief like description or something about that player.
Yeah.
Here it has that. So it says, on the mound, a crafty lefty is a left-handed pitcher who uses everything in his arsenal to get outs. He will not overpower the batters with velocity, but will always get the job done. The crafty lefty is no different and uses just the right amount of citrus and wheat flavors without being too overpowering. The perfect baseball beer for the stands, the sandlot, the backyard, or the bar. Crafty lefty gets the job done.
I like how
That-
they shouted
wow.
out the sandlot right there.
Yeah, that's honestly that's pretty good marketing.
That is good
That's
marketing.
impressive.
I like it. All right, well let's.
Can looks
let's try it
good.
now.
All right, here we go.
Oh yeah, that was crisp.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Wow. I'm not an ale kind of guy, not a light beer kind of guy. That's really good. And I know even Tripp was very honest and was
He
like,
was.
I don't think it's very good. So like, be wary when you have a sip. It's
not
like
bad.
it.
You really you get a taste of the citrus right off the bat.
The citrus and lemon is very upfront.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Not bad at all. Like, this is a great, like, obviously if you're watching the baseball game, it's hot in the stands, hot weather, sunny weather, you're sweating a lot, pool weather, this would be really good, like, having during a hot day. This is refreshing beer.
It's a ballpark beer. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a summer shandy by Linden Hugels.
Yeah.
I think I said that brand right.
Like
That's one of my favorite beers, by the way. But yeah, like it literally, it's kind of like a knockoff, man.
Yeah. No, I'm impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed because
It's not bad.
I was thinking a cheap, little marketing beer for their little team and not much put into it, but that's actually not bad at all.
Yeah.
That's impressive. All
Interesting.
right.
Yeah.
Well, what do you rate it? What's the rating?
All right. So as everyone knows, I got the two scales, guys.
Oh my god, the party scale and the enjoyment scale.
The enjoyment scale. Now, because this is a baseball brew, and at baseball games, I don't like getting drunk at baseball games because it's always hot, and then you got to get home afterwards, right?
It is
So-
easy to get wasted.
It
in
is.
hot weather.
It is, but also like if you're sitting like in the stands and say you're in the middle of the row, the more beers you drink, the more you got to get up to pee, and I hate that. So
Well,
I mean,
just don't break the seal.
well, dude, after a couple beers, you have no choice. So, but it's hard to sit through 9 innings of baseball and not have to pee. Come on now.
You're right.
But But yeah, so on just the chill scale, I give it, dude, I'm gonna give it an 8.
An 8
On the
chill scale.
On the chill
Oh
scale,
my God.
dude, I could literally sit here and talk, hang out, and I could drink these. Like, this is something, it's pretty good. On the party scale, now, typically my party scale, it's been a lot lower because, it's mostly cheap beer that has a higher rating because you can down it.
Yeah.
Dude, on the party scale, I could down these.
They're very easy to drink.
I think it's a 6.5 on the party scale.
So how did it get a higher ranking on the chill scale versus the party scale?
Well, because you can down. It all comes to how fast you can pound these things.
How fast you can down.
See,
Okay.
for example, Make Ultra.
So like shotgunning, how fast can you shotgun these things?
I mean, you want to be as fast as a Make Ultra or Bud
Light.
Light.
To be efficient.
Efficient, but that's why it's 6. That means it's average, So
are you using the party drunk scale? Like how quick can I get drunk on these?
So okay, I love that question.
Explain this to me.
So the rating, I think
this.
I have to dive in on both scales here.
Okay.
So your chill and drink scale, how that one works is you're not worried about quantity. It's mostly quality,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
Because you're going to have a conversation with someone hanging out if you're at a bar getting craft beer. You're going to be there for, what, 2 or 3 hours maybe?
Yeah, and if you want to have, like, a beer an hour, but, like, a really good beer, to sit there and chill and sip while you conversate. I got it. Okay.
You're not going to down that, so that's okay to
beer.
Now, the party beer, that's the quantity, because the whole point of the party beer is to pre-game it before you go to the bar, right? Yeah. Well, the only way, to really start feeling it is to freaking down them. So it's more about how many beers you can put down in an hour.
Okay.
Right.
So it's not necessarily how fast you
beer
can
per
drunk.
hour. BPM. No, BPH.
BPH.
Beer per hour. That's what the party scale is on. Now for this in an hour, I feel like I can put down 3 or 4.
Okay.
In an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's quality. Like Michelob Ultra, that's my go-to for parties. You're looking more of 6 or 7 in an hour. I mean. That's just how it is.
I ain't gonna lie. Those are rookie numbers, bro.
Rookie numbers?
Come on. You gotta be able to put down a 12-pack in an hour. Like, geez.
Yeah, but, I'm trying to make it to the bar.
You're trying to make it to the bar, okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
You show up to the bar, feeling it a little bit. You don't want to be drunk at the bar.
All right,
That's just messed up.
Well,
but
I'm
what about you,
get to my ranking, and I am one true scale. No, it is as simple as it gets.
Okay.
Alright, so that when I rank something, you guys know who are listening. This is either really good and I need to go get it now, or this is really bad and I need to stay away from it. And I ain't gonna lie. Now, the ranking I'm gonna give this is not gonna blow anyone away. But this is about to be the highest ranked beer that we've had on this podcast.
Whoa!
It is. And you know me, I am a critic. I haven't graded a single beer over. The highest one I've graded, I think, was a 5.8.
Yeah.
That was the highest one we've had. And we're on week 5. So we're on podcast episode number 5, I believe. I think. And I haven't had one over like 5.8. This one today is going to get a 6.4.
Ooh, 6.4.
This one's going to get a 6.4.
Wow.
Well, this is, if you need a refresher, and I'm not a light beer guy, but I do like refreshing beers that you can have during the summer. After you mow the lawn, when you go out to the pool, like
is this a post-workout beer?
Yeah, I mean absolutely.
What's the macros on this thing?
what's the calorie intake? Yeah. What's the carbs?
It doesn't say.
But like I do enjoy a beer that you can have like in place of a glass of water or a soda. Like to me, like my favorite soda is Mountain Dew because it's a refreshing soda. It's a lemon lime. You can have it when you're hot and sweaty and it not bother you. And I like a beer that kind of follows that same pace of like, I don't mind picking this up after, mowing the grass or something. Or like when we're chilling by the pool and obviously you're sweating, it's hot, it's 95 degrees outside. Out here in Alabama, it's 100% humidity. And something that just like is, obviously beer doesn't hydrate you, but feels like, it's a refreshing brew.
Right.
6.4, I'm going to go with that. And so if you guys need a refresher and Birmingham is on I-65. Montgomery is on I-65. So if you're headed north or south and you drive through Montgomery, maybe swing through a little store and find you a crafty lefty because it is a great refresher right here to try. So
Common Bond Brewers.
yeah,
Not bad.
Nice
awesome.
job, guys. Y'all did good on this one. Common Bond, y'all did
It's
good.
crazy because, Tripp gave us his review. His is on a 5 scale.
Yeah.
And he said this is a 3.
Yeah.
It's average. I think his exact words were, the 3 is he'll get it if there's no other option.
If there's no other option. But
yeah.
Hey, if you really think about it, a 1 through 5 scale, and he said 3, and a 1 through 10 scale, and I said 6.
It's
pretty similar.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But it's a great, refreshing beer. I like it.
So again, thanks Tripp for the beers. If anyone else wants to donate beer to the show, we would greatly appreciate that.
If y'all want to send anything to us, or if y'all
we'll
just
shout
want to
you
make a
out.
recommendation,
Yeah.
Put in the comments or send us a message on our social medias on something we need to look out for and go get and try. Would love to hear some opinions of what we should be trying, or obviously I'm a dark stout kind of guy, and Kyle's the opposite. He's a domestic Michelob Ultra kind of guy. So
hey, do
we're
not
on
knock my
opposite
Mick
spectrums,
Ultras.
but
Do not knock those.
But, obviously I think we're both pretty open-minded on trying new things. So especially when we host a podcast such like this. So
yeah, and word of advice to any brewers out there: if you want a good score, you have to beat Mick Ultra. Just saying.
Okay.
That's my
that's
go-to.
the bar that you're trying to beat.
That's
which
my
is
go-to.
way down here.
I think I've had no. Mick Ultra's up here, man. You could drink that for any occasion.
No, we're not going into this. We're not going into the whole ultra debate. What we're going to go into is how you guys need to be careful when you're DMing us or anything, because what's really important is your personal data and your protection. That's very important. You like how I'm transitioning into this?
That was a good transition.
You see?
Okay.
Pretty good.
So there you go.
So the hot topic that everyone is talking about that we're going to discuss this episode is the good old TikTok ban that you guys have seen everywhere in the news, all over, obviously, TikTok, and all social media, frankly. That is the story of the century, it seems like, actually. So as big of a hot take as this is, and controversial as it is, and we're gonna have a few brews and give you our 2 cents on it. Very uneducated, maybe a little unethical, couple of guys.
Yeah, and again, we are nobodies. We are not by any means experts.
This is a disclaimer.
In this field.
We know very little. We've only seen what TikTok and other social media platforms have shown us, and the news and media.
Yeah.
So we're just giving you our personal opinions. Please don't take it for more than what it just is. It's an opinion. So
yeah.
Don't get hurt.
You see, it's mostly, it's not us talking. Today is going to be the crafty lefty talk.
The crafty lefty talk.
I'm not a lefty.
We're blaming
Matt is a lefty, so he may have the advantage here. But anyway, TikTok, man, China not win. TikTok bad. Boo, ban. Podcast over.
For anyone who is not up to date on this, maybe you haven't seen anything somehow because you're under a rock. U.S. Congress right now, they already met. They hosted the current sitting CEO of TikTok and had to come to Congress and answer questions because the U.S. Congress is looking to ban TikTok from the United States or force them to sell into U.S. possession. So either way, it's either going to be our way or the highway kind of moment is what the Congress is really kind of going for. And the biggest concern and reasoning behind that is the concern that the owners of TikTok, and if you don't know, TikTok is owned by a larger corporation called ByteDance. And ByteDance does have an association with the Chinese Communist Party. Because I believe I told you 60% of ByteDance is owned by global investors, which does, when you do global investing, some of that is relation to China, which of course the U.S. has a big no-no with because U.S. and China not friends.
No, they are not our allies. And if you think so, then you are wrong, guys. But yeah, like I really think now, considering if all this comes out as true, as if China is using TikTok as a way to monitor Americans getting access to your personal information, then I think that's bad for us. Obviously, clearly, your personal information is sold every day if you use any social media. I mean, heck, if you speak about a trip to Mexico, then all you get is lists of on your ads are about trips to Mexico, right?
You're gonna get a bunch of ads.
Yeah,
now
I probably am. But it's one thing, if an American company has it because they follow America's laws. But if a Chinese company gets it, well, they don't follow American laws, and they can have access to a lot of other things that you may not want in the hands of our enemy. And again, China is not our friend. We may buy everything from China, but we are not friends. We are two global powers that eventually are going to collide in our lifetime, I think. But
I think it's inevitable. It's a large. You've got two global powers, and arguably Russia's trying to get themselves up there in the mix too. But you've got the United States and China by far, based on just economy size and international influence and everything, are the two large superpowers of the world.
Yeah.
And U.S. has been number one for a very long time, and we. Obviously everybody sees it, everybody feels it economically, right? We're going through a slow recession and everything. A lot of that is sustaining from China making big international moves to try to favor the odds or tilt the odds into their favor. And they take over as the number one global power of the world. And so it's just creating a whole lot of tension. I feel like from when we grew up in school hearing about the Cold War and everything around that, I feel like that's what we're entering into right now is like a cyber Cold War kind of. Like we're constantly trying to like one up the other one in all these sort of ways. And obviously we've had all sorts of restrictions on trading and sanctions and things and just all sorts of things that we limit China to try to limit their influence, and they do the same thing to us. Like there's plenty of American things that are just banned on their mainland, and we do it to each other. And TikTok just so happens to be getting caught in the middle right now of this tension and conflict. And look, I want to make this clear. I'm a content creator for TikTok. I get paid by TikTok.
That means he's biased.
No, that's not where I'm going with this. I'm making this clear. I get paid by TikTok. I am on their payroll, okay? I have a wonderful following I'm blessed to have, and I'm blessed to be able to say I make some money from social media from TikTok. But, true and through, I am a American first. And if you're right, if this is truly what they claim it to be, that, TikTok is filtering American information, my information to the Chinese government for any positive support of them. Even if that's just economic, even if it's not a military standpoint, that's where I'm trying to go with it. Is even if it's not a military strategic standpoint, but just an economic standpoint, I'm for that. I mean, I will voluntarily do whatever my country asks of me because I love this nation. I love this country. I'm a full, true American. I love our country. No matter, obviously, we can go into a whole nother episode about the state of our country and everything and people's inability to love our nation. But I love our nation, and I would lay down that in a heartbeat for my country. But I'm also I'm bouncing on both sides of the fence here because the issue I have is not particularly with TikTok, but particularly with the idea that we're attacking TikTok for what every social media platform out there is doing. And that's where I want to know. And I'm not saying I have all the facts. I don't. I have no freaking clue. Once you start talking about data and what you're pulling from people and what you're using to sell and stuff like that, what's private, what's not, I'm lost. I'm not a computer guru. But at least in my simply constructed mind, I know that when I get on my phone, every app I have is pulling my data. Like my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Snapchat, my Amazon, my TikTok. All of it is pulling my data to try to figure out how do I sell this guy something. Like all of them. So like my I guess my issue is like if we're going to attack one, we need to attack all. Because you can't tell me that at least in my mind, that Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, if they have global investors, aren't also tied somehow, some fashion into our enemies. Not just China, but like other nations as well. That some of that isn't somehow trickling to them in those as well. I think we need to have the discussion of a like internet privacy bill. I'm for, but it needs to be something that protects us from everything, not just this one. You know what I mean? Like, there's no good in sealing your front door shut if your back door's wide open.
But here's the thing, man.
Go for it.
It's one thing. Facebook, that's an American company. If Americans get my information, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not going to be the happiest. I mean, I get pissed whenever I have ads on my phone. That's something I talked, in private to someone about. But it's America. It stays in-house. But, bro, like, if a Chinese company is getting all my stuff and trying to advertise stuff to me based off my conversations, based off what I've talked to my phone, things of that nature, I don't trust that because I'm, again, pro-America. I don't want other countries having the upper hand over me because I'm an American. I'm, back America 100%. I think we are the best country ever. Wouldn't want to live anywhere else. I think all other countries are obsolete compared to the USA. American pride. I would rather Mark Zuckerberg have my information than, I don't even know the guy's name that's the owner of ByteDance, but him. I'd rather Zuckerberg exploit me than this Chinese company exploit me.
Yeah.
For many reasons. I don't trust China. I literally, I kid you not. This is how much I don't trust China right now. I was on Amazon. And I was trying to find a surge protector for my room, okay? And I literally went through every single one and tried to find the country of origin to make sure it was not made in China. Because I'm worried that there's a listening device in this surge protector that can listen to me. That's how, I do not trust the country of China just because of what's going on. We've been in a cyber war with them for years. They don't like us.
Yeah.
They don't. I'm 100% pro USA. Let's go. I want to buy stuff made in America.
Yeah.
I don't trust it. I don't trust a lot of things made outside of the USA. That's just how I am.
Well, and this is
and this is the thing. This is a Chinese-based app. I understand that there's investors globally in this thing, but I saw that there was a law in China that stated that any Chinese-owned company, Chinese citizen, is obligated to help the Chinese government in anything that they want, and they can't say no. Well, heck, this guy, he's a Chinese citizen.
Yeah.
The company may be registered in the Cayman Islands, but he is a Chinese citizen.
Yeah.
He is obligated to help China out. If he says no, he's going to jail.
Yeah. No, I
So it's
I get that. Yeah.
I understand, the whole, the urgency of this, because I really think that this is a preamble of us, of us going to war with China. I mean, heck, I think it was last week, Russia announced that they are going to use the Chinese yen as their currency. Saudi Arabia is going to start talking about trading their oil in the currency of the Chinese yen. It used to be the US dollar, but it's shifting to the yen. So it's China's on track to become a global power, and maybe this is a chance for us to kind of limit the risk that the U.S. citizens have once the shift takes control. Because whoever controls the money has all the power in the world, right?
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
Maybe it may not be true. Maybe, China's not getting our data now. But, if you go to war, all's fair in war.
Hands off. Yeah. No rules.
Doesn't matter. So maybe this is a preamble. This is a preventive, thing that we're trying to do for when we inevitably go to war with China, man.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It may not. I'm not bashing the citizens. I'm not bashing anyone who is Chinese, but it's straight government. It's U.S. government and Chinese government going head to head, and us citizens are caught in the middle of it.
How crazy! I know this is gonna stir a lot of emotion and obviously, especially anyone who was old enough that lived through 9/11 and saw that. I just, how crazy of a thought of it is that chances are within our lifetime we're going to see war on the U.S. mainland.
That's crazy because the U.S. mainland has not been invaded since what was it? What? No, it was the crap. It wasn't the Revolutionary War. Was it the French Indian War? Was that what it was? I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I've been in general U.S. history, but it was post Revolutionary War.
Mm-hmm.
Great Britain wanted revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the French Indian War? No, it wasn't that. Oh my gosh, what was it? I can't think of it. So don't make fun of me. But I know what I'm talking about, but I just don't know the name of it.
Yeah.
But I think that was the last time the U.S. was invaded.
It's crazy to think because, like, obviously when 9/11 happened, we were alive, but we were way too small.
Very young.
We were toddlers. And I still, even as a toddler, like I still have like flashbacks of remembering like very quick snapshots of like my mom in the living room and her screaming and crying. And, it's just crazy to think because we're talking about, and I'd seen a great video and he was talking about, us going to war with China is so inevitable because it's like something we're literally talking into an existence because we're talking about it, thinking about it, looking at it so much that it's so bound to happen because we won't take our eyes off of it. It was like he compared it to like when you first train somebody to drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Drive a car. They say, you know how not to hit something? Don't look at it.
Yeah.
When you look at something, you naturally steer towards it.
Yeah.
I remember my driver teacher telling me, like, how do I stay in the middle of the lane all the time? And he was like, look as far ahead as you can. Don't look at the lines. Because when you look at the lines, you pull towards them. You drift towards them.
Yeah.
And it's like this World War III war with China and everything is like we're staring at it and we won't take our eyes off of it. We won't stop talking about it. And it's just going to happen because we won't take our eyes off of it. And it's just insane to think, there's a very, very, very realistic chance that within our lifetime, we're going to watch war break out on the U.S. mainland. I mean, obviously other mainlands as well, but just on the U.S. soil. Like, I just feel like, one day when we get older and, our time, God forbid we make it to, 90 plus years old and it's closer to our time on earth coming to an end, where our parents talk to us about 9/11, we're going to be talking about that time that, war broke out on at our home.
And the thing is, like, I feel like war is going to be different nowadays than what it was back then.
Yeah.
World War II, one of the most documented wars in history, rightfully so. It was awful. But comparing to that, just straight up battles, to what it's going to be now, I really think it's going to come down to more of a nuclear footprint.
Yeah.
Especially with world powers going against each other. It's going to give and just start launching nukes, which is not going to be good.
That's the scary thing.
That is. And it's like, a lot of it's going to come down to, it's not, sitting on the front line shooting at each other. It's going to come down to, it's guerrilla warfare now. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That's the standard. And I feel like that's what it's going to be. It's going to be that, and then nukes going everywhere, and everyone's just going to be affected by it. It's just going to be awful. And it's just crazy to think that, why are we, like, trying to fight each other, man?
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Like, I get, like nation pride and everything. Like, yes, I think America's the best country. Chinese residents probably think China's the best country. You're going to have these people that are, think that, oh, their country's awful just because they don't like their situation. But yeah, I just feel like it's some weird times coming, and we're just in the preamble of it.
Yeah. The
TikTok ban is the conspiracy that starts it all. We ban TikTok and China goes to war with us. Well, I'm just kidding.
Truth of the matter is we all need to do some more time in prayer and be just prepared, honestly, because, like you were saying, this could be a precursor to it all. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you all and love y'all. And
Crafty Lefty,
Crafty Lefty,
go try it. Go to Montgomery just to try it. You know, why not? Road trip. TikTok, we'll see if it gets banned.
Cheers.
Brews and Breakthroughs out.
Perfect timing. Just